What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Matt Burrill, here to tell you guys about my friends from Big Friendly Productions. Now, they specialize in creating merchandise for bands, artists, and even lifestyle brands. With their in-house equipment, they can provide shirts, branded hats, and more, as well as some graphic design services. They offer order fulfillment to handle your online orders and ship your merch straight to your fans from their shop down in good old Birmingham, Alabama, baby. Now, whether you are getting your first shirt, you're just starting out, or you're going on a 40-show run, hit them up for all your merchandising needs. Check out their website, bigfriendlyproductions.com, or shoot them an email, merchandising@bigfriendlyproductions.com. Now, we're going to get into the episode. This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill. Also, make sure you guys like, rate, subscribe, tell your mama and them. And for more details and to get in touch with the rest of the familia, visit raisrowdy.com. Now, let's get into it. Outside the Round with me, Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
Come on.
This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
Yeah.
What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to Outside the Round with me, Matt Burrill. Today we have got a very special guest, a longtime member of the Raise Rowdy family, a great personality here in Nashville, an amazing songwriter, artist. Y'all know her, Hannah Damn Dasher. Girl,
Hello.
How you doing, girl?
Hey, Hoss, thank you for having me. Good to see
Of
you.
course, I'm glad you could fit us into your busy schedule. You are all over the place, like just
overrated.
going and going. What have you been up to? Well, first of all, how was this weekend? I saw you were involved with the Grand Prix, and
Yes, well, I was filming and playing shows in South Carolina, North Carolina. So
okay.
I was filming some content with the Cornbread Cowboy. Bless
okay,
him.
yeah. God bless you, Cornbread. We love you,
I
Oily.
love him. So lots of fun stuff coming up there. But playing shows. This is my first headlining tour. It's the Tall Boy Tour.
Let's go.
And yeah, just doing the damn thing.
Yeah, we love that. And talk about doing the damn thing, and you've been your first headlining tour. You've been out and you've gotten to open up for all kinds of different artists over the years. And I think where you first got connected with Nikki T and the Raise Rowdy
Love
folks
him.
up there in Pittsburgh and Ohio.
With Cadillac 3,
being out
correct.
with the TC3 boys. What were those days like? Because that's looking back, you've been in town for a little while. Like, what was?
I have been. I miss those days every day. Honestly, Cadillac 3 is one of my favorite live bands of all time. Like, and I've seen everybody. Like, I've seen Petty and I've seen the Rolling Stones, and I literally rank them up there with like Kid Rock, the Stones, like as far as entertainers go. But yeah, I miss those days a lot. And then COVID kind of shut everything down, and I wasn't on the road at all. But I have been blessed to do like a few shows here with Skinner and a few shows with Hank, or a few shows with Reba. I've never actually been on a tour. So I created my own tour, the Tailgate Tour, a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And where I kind of crashed the parking lots of like John Party and Brothers Osborne and Eric Church, and made a little money doing that, believe it or not. And then, but now it's the Tall Boy Tour. It's my own dang thing.
Yeah, and you're going all over the place with that tour, right?
Yes, out west and Montana and everywhere. Idaho.
I see. Idaho is one of the states I haven't been to because I've been all over the place with my years of doing the tour manager thing, doing the merch selling thing, and that Big Sky country, the Yellowstone area is a Lainey Wilson country now, if you will, with how Big Sky country is and stuff. I haven't been out that way, so Idaho I'm sure will be fun for you. We got
Wyoming, all that. I mean, I'm headlining a festival over there.
Oh,
and
really?
I went with my buddy Jesse Daniels, going to be on the bill too. He's great.
Nice.
And but yeah, just going where the money is, honey.
Hey, that's what you got to do. And
Yeah.
talk about COVID being in a weird spot, like you're doing the artist thing and you're on the road and you're putting music out, and all of a sudden the world fucking shuts down. Which, by the way, you can cuss on here. You're more than welcome to.
Thank
This
you.
is a cussing podcast here at
I
Outside the
love it.
Round. You can say, drink, whatever you want to do. But then COVID hits, and a lot of artists, a lot of folks just all over the world had to pivot. And it seems like you pivoted as well as anyone.
Thank you.
Because you've always been a personality. Like, when I think of Hannah Damn Dasher, I'm like, I'm gonna bum a cig. I'm gonna smoke a cig with Hannah Dasher. I might go out in the parking lot and smoke some greenery. I'm gonna hear a story. I'm gonna hear about something crazy that's I'm gonna have a good time with you outside of scoreboards out there behind the Nashville Palace. Like, all this stuff. And then now for the world to get to see your personality, and you're authentically you. Like, you're your own damn thing, and I love that.
I don't know who else to be.
Yeah, honestly, and it's like now you've utilized social media in as strong of a way as anybody has in country music or music in general to kind of develop this the character of who you really are, and now the whole world sees it, and you get all these comments, you get all these shares, and you pop up on TV shows, and you're working with all these different people. The last few years have to have been pretty freaking crazy for you, huh?
Not the route that I foresaw for myself, but ever so grateful. I was on Rachel Ray Today. That aired again.
Yeah,
That was
I
a lot
saw
of fun.
that.
Anyway, and I just, but I was kind of getting slept on where I was at the label, and I thought, okay, what can I do to showcase my personality? And so I just tried to capitalize on the TikTok thing and cut a few jokes, and it took off. Who knew that it would? But it's really been great. You know, some artists have a big managing team there; they have a lot of money behind them, or both, and so it's great to get those kind of opportunities there. Or you're, you know, maybe an artist that moves to town and you're in a brotherhood. You know, like Luke Bryan and Cole Swindle, and which is Cole Swindle.
Swindle.
Swindle is how I've always known him back in the Georgia days.
Yeah.
Love him. But you know what I mean? Which it's great to have a brotherhood like that. But, you know, I didn't have anything like that. And so I thought, okay, what can I utilize to my advantage to kind of pave my own way? And so yeah, just that's what I'm doing with my little steamrollers, trying to grill my own path out over here.
Well, I'd say you're you're making a damn highway for yourself.
Thank
and
you.
there's young artists that are looking up to you and that are coming up and seeing being a female, strong personality females. Like 90s and early 2000s we had that. And then there was Tomato Gate and all this shit, and then things changed for a while. But now it's like there are the strong-willed, powerful, confident female doing the damn thing, singing about all kinds of topics, like, and you're kind of helping pave the way for that, I think, in the year 2023 of what's coming right now. And I mean that, like, because there are a lot of young artists, like girls like Ella Langley that are coming out right now, girls like Meg Burnley, like, that are coming up, and I'm like, they have that strong personality, but you were one of the first people I remember seeing in town, because I moved here 2018, which you got here when?
2011.
2011. So yeah, you were here when all the Tomato Gate shit happened, and when when it was tough, really tough. It still is tough, but when it was really tough being a female in this town and trying to do the country music thing.
Well, I kind of have Reba's philosophy and all that. I've always considered myself one of the boys, and you know, if you're going to put out whiny music, if I can't put it on my workout mix, I'm not going to listen to it. You know, if I can't play it when I'm entertaining, I'm not going to listen to it. And I've just always gravitated towards, you know, man music, if you will. Nothing against women, because I'm obsessed with Aretha and, you know, Reba, people like that. But but as far as an entertainer goes, and as far as, you know, really doing what's true to me and what I think will appeal to, you know, to the masses, you know, I have to do what I do. And Reba cut upbeat songs in a world where women were singing ballads. You know what I mean? And I just, if a song was ever pitched to me that was kind of whiny, or, you know, that's not my style.
Yeah.
There's a place for that, I'm sure, but I don't know. I think the artist has to marry the music, and when you're thick-thighed and bold and unapologetic, I believe your music's got to showcase that. And when I discovered Eric Church in college, and that Sinners Like Me record, it really gave me permission to be myself. I'm like, okay, this guy is from the East Coast like me. He talks like me. And I'm so blessed to get to write with guys like that, with Spillman and Casey Beathard. And so that's what folks can expect on this project coming out.
Let's go. I'm excited for
And
the
the next
project
coming out after that. Woo!
Hell yeah. I love that you got stuff in the tank. And you talk about Eric Church talks like the way you talk. You have a country accent, and I love that. And I've started to sound like I said, I was hanging out with Trey Lewis, who's
Love
from
him. That
Birmingham,
darling.
talks very country. And then my buddy Nick Haynes, who's another Georgia guy.
I've heard of Nick.
And they talk very country. And I said the phrase "reckon." I was like, I reckon I'll do that. And
Let's go.
And I was like, wait a second, guys. I'm starting to say reckon and y'all
Fixin'
and this
to,
and that,
yeah.
fixing to, and it helps that I'm dating Sweet Erin from Charleston.
She's a doll, baby. I love her.
Yeah, she says that you invite her to church and stuff, which is cool.
At the bar. Yeah, we're at the bar
At the
having
bar?
a drink.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm going to church. So you want to come? Well, I go to Mount Zion. I mean, I stick out like the double cream and a double Oreo, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but it's a lot of fun. But she's a doll
Yeah.
baby.
Why Mount Zion? What is it about that church? 'Cause
Well-
I didn't grow up. See, I grew up like Episcopalian, which is like kind of being Catholic. They say it's like being Catholic, but you can smoke. That's like how my parents
Love it.
described it. It's like a less informal or a more informal way of Catholicism. So I didn't grow up in the Bible Belt and grow up where there's a different kind of church on every corner. So what is it about Mount Zion?
That's a good question. Well, I just tend to connect with soul, with the music, for one, is just insane. I have a black rhythm section for the
Yeah.
most part. Like in my band, my drummer is the best. I think a black gospel trained drummer is the best. Hank's that way. He likes to keep a good greasy rhythm section in his band. The music is just so soulful. It just
Canada.
speaks to me. And then the message, the preaching, like soul preachers are not afraid to say, or to talk about clubbing and having sex and marijuana behind the pulpit, things like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whereas what we grew up in, like in the Lutheran church, the Episcopalian church, it's very straight laced, very, it lightly brushes on subjects, but it doesn't really, it's not really life application. It's not in your face like a black mama's going to slap you all up and tell you how you're wrong.
Yeah.
And I just enjoy that direct, honest way of worship, and not to mention the way they dress. I feel very accepted and my big hoops and my big hair. And,
Let's go.
But those are my people. I love them so much.
Makes me think of the Blues Brothers. Makes me
Hell
think
yeah.
of Soul Man and the Blues Brothers, and it's John
Yeah.
Belushi and Dan Aykroyd just bopping around.
Yeah.
And growing up in South Georgia, I always say that there's just something in the water in the state of Georgia, and it crosses over and I mean it's everywhere, but if you talk about country music or just the history of music in America, you have to talk about the state of Georgia, and particularly South Georgia. My favorite place to go on tour when I was with Trey was
Lord.
Statesboro, Georgia.
Of course
So,
it was.
as a single
all the little
man?
college hoochies.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, oh. When the
Bullitt County.
the Dick Down in Dallas tour has always done very
love
well
him.
at the Blue Room in Statesboro, Georgia. We call it God's country, but I've gotten to go to Savannah a couple times too, and I haven't been to Charleston yet. Aaron and I have a trip planned there in November, but I've been to Savannah and been to what was the venue called? Saddlebags. Saddlebags
Oh,
was
God.
where we
I
went
played
to.
there with the Cadillac
Yep,
Parade
we did
before.
Saddlebags, and then Barrel House South was the other venue that we went in there. But just growing up in an area like that where you have all that history and you have the cobblestone roads and you have the water right there, it's just so like scenic and beautiful. Like New York is like a rat race and it's fucking chaos. But like the Deep South, there's just this vibe and it's just beautiful. Like what was it like
is.
growing up in South Georgia in a place like Savannah?
Well, I mean, I'm seventh generation.
Wow.
So my people have been there on that land since they settled the colony.
Wow.
Anyhow, and so I've got bullets. Like, I'm a big historian. I love country music, and rock and roll history, and American history. And I've got like bullets in my curio cabinet from both wars, the Revolutionary War and Civil War, fought on family land.
Wow.
And so there's a deep pride that comes with that, and it's one of the reasons I connected so well with Leonard Skinner growing up, because they were just so proud to be from the South, and the music was just fucking awesome. And I don't know, it's I wouldn't want to grow up anywhere else. I mean, hell, my first word was tractor.
Really?
Yeah, and I lost my virginity in a cotton field. I mean, you really can't make all that up. Stairway to
You
Heaven
really
was in the
can't.
background. Bless it. And then I sang at that guy's wedding, actually, as a matter
Really?
of fact. Yes.
That's awesome. Full circle.
Right. Anyway, maybe TMI. But all that to say, it's growing up down there has really added to. I mean, it's befitting to the genre that I'm in.
Yeah.
And toured in Georgia. Yes, it's a lot of fun, but I think Alabama has a deeper appreciation for. I think Georgia's been spoiled because so much talent has come from there. I mean, like you mentioned, Luke Bryan, Cole, and those guys, but like, what about like Brent Cobb,
Yep.
Travis Tritt, Alan Jackson? I mean, there really is, and Billy Currington is
And
from
then you
my
go up
hometown.
north a little bit, and then you got the Corey Smith, Brantley Gilbert, Colt
Yes.
Ford, John Langston. You got all those boys
Oh, John
coming out.
boy.
Then you got folks like Lauren Elena, like people coming out, guys and girls that come out of Georgia. But yeah, you go over the border into Alabama, and there's a vibrant scene there too. Like I love going to the music scene in Birmingham. I just think the South in general is spoiled with the live music thing. Because back home it's like DJs and you'll get bands and bars sometimes, but the fact that like 4 nights a week you're gonna get a band in a bar in some podunk town in the South, it's amazing.
Well,
It's
in
awesome.
some college town, yeah, or two, yeah. It's very saturated with bands and things like that, but it makes it more fun to me to go and play
Yeah.
places like the Midwest or places that don't necessarily get that kind of music as often. And,
Yeah.
they really appreciate it.
Yeah, did you do the college thing?
I went to college, went to UGA. Go
Nice.
Dogs.
Okay.
I
Athens
did.
girl. Nice.
I did. I did the music business program there because I lost the Belmont battle with my dad. And
The Belmont battle.
Right. So I was like the only country, I guess, person in the class. There was a guy, he's a year older than me, Matt Runner, who's a big agent now here at Wasserman, and he's crushing it. And he works with Blackberry Smoke and all those guys. But it was, Athens was not really a country music scene.
Yeah.
And because like REM, Michael Stipe was literally like, and Sonny Ortiz from Grateful Dead, they were like in my class the very first day of class. So it was good for me to see that realm. I got exposed to Jason Isbell and the Drive By Truckers, and got to meet those guys and hang with them a little bit early on. So it was good to kind of build my my eclectic repertoire, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because you've got two.
But country's always been my bread and meat.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like you have two just incredible rooms. Like, because I love talking about different venues like around the country because I've been to so many of them and gotten to do some cool things. And it's like the 40 Watt.
Georgia Theater.
And the Georgia Theater.
By God.
Like the Gath is just one of the coolest theaters, and there's just this energy and this aura. Now, do you remember the first show that you saw there? Because I'm guessing you went and saw some shows there back in the day. That you played.
The first show at 40 Watt would have been Dierks Bentley, actually.
Wow.
Or Eric Church. It was one of those guys. Can you imagine Eric Church playing the 40 Watt? Like, I think I'm fixing to do the 40 Watt here in the fall. And then we've got, in Georgia Theater, my first show there had to be, this is going to make me sound really old, but I just have good taste. And I had a fake ID, just know that much. But it was Cross Canadian Ragweed.
Wow. That had to, how smoky was that room?
I don't know, but anytime Brantley would come to Georgia Theater, there was always a stabbing or a fight or something that would take place. So I only went to like one Brantley show. And then I was over it. But he's very talented.
Yeah, I had an experience because I've been like it's funny because Georgia does have all the college towns, and every town's a little bit different. Like Statesboro is Statesboro, and then you go a little bit east, and then like Savannah's its own thing, and then you go a little bit west, more into the middle of nowhere. There's Tifton, Georgia, is its own thing.
Oh, Tifton, by God.
Yep, Tifton, by God, exactly. Shout out Craig Campbell.
Chewtabacca.
Chewtabacca fit. And then you go up to Milledgeville, Georgia. That's a whole separate.
Yeah.
Milledgeville, Georgia was our wildest experience on the road. Like with Trey, somebody slashed our trailer tire. Our Trey's old guitar player was killed.
Probably some wild woman.
It wasn't even a woman. It was like the frat boys. They were breaking in the green room, stealing the beer.
Whoa.
It was a wild scene. It was like
That's vicious.
Yeah, it was crazy.
When we were in college, we were just like turning the upstairs of the Sigma Chi house into a slip and slide. I mean, but like it was, nobody was harmed really.
Yeah, yeah, and this was this was at what used to be Capital City. Now it's Ned Kelly's. So, and it was like one of their first shows back, like during COVID. So
Got you.
It was a wild time, but like. And I love Rome, Georgia. Rome.
I've been there once. Still say I haven't toured a whole lot yet. So that's why this is like I did a handful of dates with the Cadillac 3. I say handful. I did a lot of shows with Cadillac 3. They were the first ones to take me out on the road. Like I wasn't ready. My first band show was opening for them at Georgia Theater. I had no business to be there. Anyhow, but all that to say, Jaron really believed in me, and he's the one that gave me my first Telecaster. He's like, which is an electric guitar for those of you listening, but it's a honky tonk guitar with a rock and roll pickup in it. And he's like, here, learn it. You got the chops, girl. And that's what it took to have somebody that I looked up to, my guitar hero, to say, I believe in you. And so I've, of course, incorporated that into my live show. Anyhow, but, I went over to William Morris, which is a big booking agency here in town, like a year or so after that. And then I played maybe like 30 dates, and then the country shut down because of COVID and all. And so I'm excited to, this is my first time playing like 100 dates a year. So I'm hungry and excited, and I can't believe that it's my little headlining gig, but thanks to TikTok and, social media, I'm able to bring a few people out a little bit.
Yeah. Were you against doing the TikTok thing early on? Because a lot of people are, like, during that in COVID time, like back in the day, BC, before COVID, a lot of artists weren't doing. That's what I always like to say. BC, before COVID, or BBS, before all the crazy bullshit. Whatever.
There you go.
However you want
We're
to
on the
call
same
it.
page.
Yes, we are for sure. Like artists would be kind of hesitant to do the social media thing. I mean, you had like the era of the guys and girls coming up with Vine and doing things like that. But I felt like during COVID, a lot of artists were like, I don't need to do this. I don't want to do this. Was there any of that in you where you were like, I don't want to sit there and do these videos and things like that?
Luke Combs was sitting on my sofa years ago, we're eating a bowl of chicken noodle soup. We were writing a song, and he was telling me about Vine and trying to explain to me how to use the app, because he's like, you need to utilize your personality. Like, you could really do well, because that's kind of how he broke out, was through Vine. Anyhow, and then Vine kind of sort of came obsolete. But then I guess, like TikTok was brand new, and a buddy of mine was kind of ahead of the game, and he's like, you really need to try to build this app and use this. And so I thought, you know what, I don't have a lot of these opportunities at my exposure, so let me just use this to try to create my own. And that's kind of what happened. Not to repeat myself, but I understand the weariness of it, because like I could be standing at my kitchen, the phone not on, just my phone in my tripod, and like washing dishes, and I'll go to pull up the TikTok app, and it will have screenshotted a photo of me, my back, washing dishes at my sink. It's kind of creepy.
That is creepy.
Yeah, so I understand people's, apprehension about it, but you know what? It's working.
Yeah. When did the kitchen, like the cooking, the stand by your pan bit, when did that all kind of come
everybody
to be?
was, all the restaurants were shut down, and I just heard people complaining about, I'm spending $1,000 a month on groceries, da 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 da. And I thought, God, I got to help America. Girls my age can't cook. Because I'm old school, I'm country. My mother required us to learn, but my girlfriends didn't know how to boil rice. And so I thought, well, why don't I just, I'd just gotten a Tammy Wynette cookbook, and the stand by your pan, kind of thing just kind of fell out of the sky. And there we go. I just thought, why not unite people? A country that was so divided at the time. There was an election going on, and I thought, okay, we can agree on coleslaw, we can agree on chocolate cake, right?
Yes, absolutely. Anybody can agree on chocolate cake.
So and it got bigger than I thought that it would, and it did more for me than I expected it to. And what's my favorite part about it is meeting. I've got people from all walks of life, fans. I've got hippies, rednecks, gays. I mean, I've just good old boys and little girls, and a lot of that has kind of forced me to clean my act up a little bit. I've made a little bit of a transformation since our last Raised Rowdy podcast, and about 3 pant sizes.
Yeah, you look great.
Well, thank you. I'm trying to look hot or naked, but I realized there were so many eyes on me. I had to clean my act up.
That was awesome.
I pissed off so many people, so many evangelicals with my latest artwork from that thing you like, the song we just put out. But it is what it is.
Yeah, well, you're getting to be you. Like you're doing whatever the fuck you want to do. I love that.
Well, I mean, but you got to empower people along the way too. Embrace your colors, embrace who you are. If you want to have big hair, walk around with big hair. Hell, I stuffed my bra until I could afford to buy boobs. Just be who you want to be, man.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing to cook? Do you have a favorite thing, or do you like mixing it up and trying new things, and then you have your old classics? I bet you make some mean shrimp and grits. I bet your grits are just out of this world.
My mother's are the best, but the shrimp and grits are great. I'm a meat and potatoes kind of cook, so I like a good old beef roast with creamed potatoes, or like a banana pudding, things like that. I just like, comfort food.
Yeah, I've had the spoils now of dating a Southern woman.
Yeah.
Who it's funny. She says if this apartment catches fire, the first things to come out are my daughter and then my collection of cookbooks. My cookbooks. Yeah, the cookbooks.
Oh yeah, but all the old school cookbooks you got to save.
Yeah, she's got like those old the Southern Living ones and like the ones where you put your own recipes in. Yeah, she's got like the shit that's been like passed down from generations. I've gotten to enjoy the home cooking stuff, because back home my mom would cook a lot, my grandma would cook a lot.
Well, but you got Italian blood in you, right?
Oh yeah,
yummy.
I would get the penne alla vodka, the chicken parm, the this, the that, like the fettuccine alfredo. I got spoiled with all that stuff. None of that Fazoli's garbage that y'all got down here. I'm not a Fazoli's guy at all.
Trust me, same. No cardboard ketchup. No thank you.
Oh, it's the worst. Yeah, here's chicken parm for $6. What could possibly go wrong, But I've gotten to enjoy those spoils of the Southern. There is such a big cooking culture within Southern living in general. Like,
Well, you too.
Men are out in the smoker and cooking and doing
Well,
stuff.
yeah, there's a get together. It's not really a get together. It's we're having a fish fry, or we're having a barbecue, or we're frying chicken over here at so and so's house, or
Yeah.
we're grilling ribs. Yeah, it's always. Which I love how Zach Brown started cooking on his tours and
Yeah.
kind of showcasing that side of himself. And I've always thought, you know what, when I have the means to do it, when I can add that many more salaries onto my into my camp, I think it'd be so much fun to do something like that at my meet and greets with my fans.
Yeah, they call it the Zach Brown meet and eat. Or no,
Meet and eat?
Yeah, it's meet and
Eat and- eat and
Yeah,
greet?
eat and meet. Or I forget what it was, but I remember seeing that package because it's
brilliant.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a long time too. So you moved to Nashville. What was Nashville like in 2011, 2012 when you get up here? Because
It wasn't this big.
yeah, there's still the Shoney's across from Tin Roof at that point, right?
Right. And the Best Western's still here though. There weren't nearly, there were hardly any cranes in the sky, and not as many skyscrapers. But the Batman Towers were very prominent in the downtown scape. But it was a smaller town, but it was still a big town because little country girl. I mean, going to Athens to school, Athens, Georgia was 3 hours from home. That was kind of it was a good step for me, but it was still kind of a culture shock, if you will, because in its own little way. But it was a good step to prepare me for Nashville, and I don't know. I mean, I wish I could go back.
Who were some of your early friends? Like you moved to town, like because they always say it's like classes. Like I remember the guys and girls. Like I moved here to town about the same time as like guys like John Morgan and Dylan Marlowe and like that 2017, 2018, 2019. We all kind of get lumped together.
I love
Who else
that.
was moving to town
Trey
around
Lane
that
was
time?
Channing Wilson.
Oh fuck yeah, I love Channing.
Yes,
It's a bad man right there.
I love Ward Gunther.
Oh, so you were
Hit it
here for
off.
the inception of Whiskey Jam. You saw it.
I was. They started calling me like the female Jamie Johnson or whatever. And so, and Channing was like, okay, what's the buzz? Let's write a song. And so I had a hook saved for him, which is a song that I would like to release again. I've never released it actually, but it's I Killed Jack Daniels One Shot at a Time. It's really good. He's like, I like a man killing song. So my first write in town was with Channing.
Wow.
But those guys like really championed me. Ward championed me, and his wife Callie. We're still really close, like to this day. And I just really appreciate them believing in what I do. Those are some of my first friends here. Oh gosh, and then Thomas Archer, Joey Hollis, some of those wild boys from Milledgeville. I talked Thomas into moving to town, and Hurricane was actually written downstairs at, we called my house the Sugar Shack because, well, you can just
Yes. Yeah.
imagine. Anyhow, but they had a large time.
Yeah.
And introduced him to his wife Hope, and but those boys just kind of looked out for me. And Thomas was a co-writer on H to the D to the D. You're Gonna Love Me, which
Yep.
was kind of the focus track of the last project I put out, the half record. And anyhow, now I'm tickled to be putting out the other damn half.
Yeah.
It's taken me a while, but I had to pay cash.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a while. Perfection takes time, It takes time, but I feel like right now is a perfect time for you to be releasing some music. And
yeah.
well, it times out with going on tour, with popping up on, like, how crazy is it to be on freaking Rachel Ray?
Oh,
Like, who would have ever fucking thought that?
Who knew? I know. Country town, country to New York. Well, Rachel is a champion of songwriters and musicians. She's married to a songwriter. John, her husband's a musician. And so, but yeah, my Shore Fire Girls set up this is my second time being on Rachel Ray, actually. So her team reached out for this second time, and I was just so tickled to come and do it, and made honey butter chicken biscuits and talked about the new music and my weight loss journey. Thank you, Wilson. I'm working out with a celebrity trainer.
Oh, really?
Wilson and Ebonier. I met him through when he trained the FGL guys and all that. And he's out with a lot of artists and does a lot of stuff. But he makes time for me, and he has just really helped my body make a transformation in the last year. And I'm just so grateful to him. And I mean, he looks like the Predator with his dreadlocks, and he's just this big, tough guy. But he's a big old gentle giant, but he'll kick your ass, man.
I think I've seen videos of him working with Morgan and Ernest and those
Morgan,
guys, right?
Ernest, yeah, all those guys. Yep. He's out busy with those guys, but he's one of my dear friends. He's a mentor of mine. I love him, and so. But I got to plug Grit and Hustle on Rachel Ray, and really want to promote his business because Grit and Hustle's done a lot for me.
Yeah, what kind of workouts are they putting you through? Like, what are you?
Well, like this morning, I mean, I was like drenched in sweat, but I call it grits and hustle just to make him mad because I like to eat so much, you know. But I mean, it's a lot of like hit cardio, so high intensity stuff. Yeah, we get a good warm up in on a bike or a run, and then and then it's heavy weights and like snatches and like lots of weighted lunges. And but I told him I want Sheryl Crow guitar arms. So and now I'm getting them.
Yeah, look at you, girl.
I know, who knew, honey? But I want people to be inspired by, like I've made a transformation on the inside as well as the outside. And I think, when the country kind of shut down, BC, as you called it, it really kind of forced me to take a look at myself. And as my numbers, my social media started growing and I had to, I was getting stopped everywhere to take pictures with people. I'm like, okay, there's more eyes on me. I really need to clean up my act. And so, my relationships have improved. I think God really purged me of people and things that didn't need to be in my life and brought things in that really needed to be. And my music improved as a result. And so that's why I'm just so excited to bring y'all songs like Ugly Houses to showcase a side of me that's, that's more depth, because there's obviously more to me than just humor and big hair.
Yeah.
So, but then again, songs that I fought for while I was at Sony that I couldn't get on that project, like I'm Gonna Whip Your Redneck Ass, which is one of my most popular songs live, is obviously coming out on this one too. And the music video is, you're in for a treat. It's going to be awesome.
Is Cornbread in that one?
Yes.
I was going to say, that just sounds like an Ori song. How'd you get connected with him, by the way? Because Ori has become a good friend. I text with him usually a few times a week.
He's a good guy. He's one of my best friends. Contrary to popular belief, me and the Cornbread Cowboy are not dating. But I love him.
God, it would be fun if you did, though. I'd love the saga.
I don't think I could handle it. But just keep watching socials and keep watching for us, because you'll see that saga, I hope, grow a little bigger. But Lord love a duck, he slid into my DMs on TikTok or something. But I'm like, oh my God, there's me, but it's a dude. He's dressed, he's retro. It's like, oh my God, it's my doppelganger. And we just hit it off, and I've invited him to a NASCAR event, and then I've tried to share my network with him, and I took him to Nashville, and anyway, and to know him is to love him. And so but his page is he's just taken off, and he's trying to get involved with some he's got a big passion for like Down syndrome and kids with Down syndrome, and so he's trying to get involved with some things like that too, and really grow his platform beyond just funny videos.
Yeah, has he made ribs for you or made barbecue? Because I know he was a barbecue guy. Like
he loved barbecue. He doesn't cook. No,
he
seriously.
He told me he worked at a barbecue place.
He did, but he doesn't cook. He buys a prepackaged barbecue.
Oh no!
He literally sent me a picture of it. This was his supper he cooked last night. I mean, it's literally. It's 2 buns, like Sunbeam buns, with that store-bought barbecue that you heat up in the microwave.
Oh, no. He tells me that he has all this experience and his family has been in barbecue forever.
But Ori sleeps late. Ori doesn't get in a hurry.
Well, yeah, he sleeps late because he's up all damn night. We love you, Ori.
He
is the life of the party.
He is the life of the party. He is. To know him is to love him. You can't be around him and not drink. And I'm tickled we're posting a video here in a few minutes that I'm hoping it's going to stir some things up. But I'm so tickled for his friendship that he's sought me out. Like we met in person. He came to one of my shows in Tampa with another influencer, guy named Calvin. And they were like, why is Nashville sleeping on you? Like, weird. Like, your music is so good. Like, you are too damn good. Your live show. Like, what the hell? How can we help? And I really appreciated that. And so he's like, we're doing videos. And I'm like, okay, I got some ideas. And so we just put them together. And I thought it'd be funny to do a little cat and mouse coyote in the Roadrunner chase.
Yeah.
And there we are.
Nice. That's awesome. Have you done the cold plunge thing yet? You see it all over Instagram.
I saw Chase Rice doing it. Do I need to? What do I wear?
I've done it the last 2 days. I'm in the cold cult now. I'm in the cult. It's like
they say it's great for you.
It's like a cult. Like my friends Nick and Rob have been like, every time I see them out at Red Door or wherever, they're like, hey man, you gotta come do this plunge. You gotta come do this plunge. You gotta come do this thing. And I did it yesterday for my first time.
How long did you stay in?
I stayed in for 4 minutes. Erin was there with me. She did 2.
Savage.
She did 2.5. Trey Lewis did 13 minutes yesterday. He put his whole fucking big 6'5" bald-headed body in there, and he sat underneath it for all the way in for like 40 seconds.
Where are y'all doing this?
At our buddy Nick's place. He has a barrel.
Nicky G?
Nick Haynes. Nicky.
Okay.
We haven't got. I want to get Nicky. I want to get Nikki T in there because Nikki T and I have been going to the
You
gym.
need to film me and Nikki or me and Kurt. You
Yeah,
need to film us doing
yes,
that.
I want to do a concept called call it a plunge pod, and you're sitting in there, and there's two barrels,
brilliant!
and it's
And
two
you're
people
talking-
next to each other, and and you see how long you can stay in it, and you're gonna get some motherfucker that's gonna be in it for like 35, 40 minutes, being like, this ain't shit, and they're sitting there drinking or smoking a cigar or whatever, and it's like not gonna bother them. I could probably I did 8 minutes today, so I did good today.
But did your muscles not
Oh.
get hard?
So I went to the gym right after. So I dried myself off, cooled down or warmed up, I guess I should say, because you're already so fucking cold. Water's 40 degrees when you hop in. So you hop in, and it's 40 degrees, and it's like got a filtration system, all this shit. I went to the gym and I did my usual workout. We did arms and like the upper body stuff today. I didn't sweat until the last 5 minutes of my cardio at the end, because I always do like 25 minutes of like the incline walk. I didn't sweat at all because I was so fucking cold. Like I had goosebumps like all over my body.
I'm just seeing like scenes from the Titanic movie in my head right now. That's why I'm just like.
Yeah, it's fun.
Hyperventilation.
Trey likes to joke around that the joke is that you have shrinkage as a part of it. You're getting this cold water.
I was gonna
he
ask.
goes find the butter bean. Like he makes a joke out of it. I'm like, God damn it, as only Trey Lewis would say. But yeah, I've been doing the cold plunge things.
Butterbean
and
down in Dallas. That's cute.
Butterbean down in Dallas.
It's 420.
Butterbean, yep, 420. Yeah, it is 420. Cheers, that's awesome.
Dude, have you got a Blazing and Praising shirt yet?
I have
I meant to bring
seen
you one.
that. I would love to have one because I'm California sober, and
love that.
I am big into. So we were just up in, I was back here. So Erin and I went up to New York for a trip. Did a food tour up there. Got
she
to see
meet the
some of the
family?
family. She's met the family. I got thrown the gauntlet last weekend. So it
What?
was her daughter's birthday. It was her daughter's birthday party. So I got to meet her
She's
parents.
5, right?
Yep. She just turned 5. Little baby Charlotte. We call her Lady Charlotte. She's awesome. Love that little girl. And it was Charlotte's birthday. So I went with them, and I wanted to go. I love Charlotte. Love Aaron. Love being
sweet.
with all of them. So I got to meet her parents, Matt and Leslie. Matt, who's another. My name's Matt. I'm from New York. His name is Matt. He's from New York, which is awesome. And then Leslie, you love Leslie. Aaron's mom, her family's from Montgomery, Alabama, but she grew up in
Oh, we're
Charleston,
Alabama people.
and she loves NASCAR and drinking B&B
By
liquor
God.
and smoking cigs, and she's awesome. Leslie's the shit. But I was around like 25 little 5-year-olds in this trampoline park for a couple hours, and I met like
No thanks.
extended family. I met all these people and did all that. But while I was doing that, Nikki T went up to Michigan for Tailgate and Tall Boys. And we learned Michigan is the best place to get your herbal substances to smoke.
Is it?
He came back with so much stuff at such a little price. I'm talking you can get O's for under $100 in Michigan. Because what they do is
Really?
there's just such an abundance of people growing, and the places that grow double as dispensaries. So it's like going to a winery and buying a bottle of wine because they grow the grapes and the stuff there,
Yes.
or going to a distillery as opposed to buying it at Kroger or something. Like the weed, it's good. It's really good. He came back and was
Like the purple hazy
oh yeah,
kind
it's
of stuff.
mostly
or like
it's
the
mostly
red?
indica because it's cold up there in Michigan.
Gotcha.
But he came back flowered. They had 25 pre-rolls for $40.
That's really good.
Like what the fuck? Like
Well,
you-
come to a Hannah Dasher show, and my fans bring me all the weed, all the paraphernalia that you ever want.
Yeah, what's the wildest thing
Fentanyl
you've gotten
free.
from a fan? Like, because
Oh,
they
the best thing I've gotten recently is a chicken leg bong, because it's no joke that I love
A
fried
chicken leg bong?
I love fried chicken. My friends joke that they're going to bury me with a bucket of chicken.
You got a
because
picture of this? Because I got to see
It's
this.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the coolest bong I
chicken
ever
leg
smoked
bong.
out of was a bottle of Hennessy that got converted into a bong. That was back in Jersey. Chicken leg bong blows that out of the water.
Look at the gifts from my last run to.
You've got some great fans.
Do I not? Yeah, there's. I've got some fans. I guess they own. It's called Virginia Cannabis Expo, and they've just made some custom, almost out of storage. Why is it not opening up? Maybe it's. There we are.
Oh
But
my
look at
lord!
all those like Cheech and Chong socks,
Oh
marijuana
my
socks.
god,
it's a fried
that chicken
bong.
leg!
Isn't that amazing? With a container of good old homegrown stuff from
Yeah.
another fan. But look at this. It's my blazing and praising stuff on these
Yes.
pipes with this,
Oh.
with purple haze. This is one of my favorite strains.
Yeah, I love the purple stuff.
And there is a new strain out called, they made some for cornbread, isn't that adorable?
Oh, little Ori.
But I can send y'all stuff for B-roll too, Matt.
Yeah, that's
but
awesome.
anyhow, but there's a new strain that's out there called Blackberry Smoke. Yes. It's called blackberry
So
smack.
is that are Charlie and those guys involved in that?
I don't think so at all, but it is just the best. And I just, I've gotten on Adderall, and I'm kind of, and just the weed is just, I don't know, I love it. It's great. It just kind of, it slows down my high strung and kind of allows the juices to flow. And I don't really create a lot when I'm stoned unless I'm writing with Jake Mitchell. Love you, Jake. We got some great music coming.
Hell yeah.
But other than that, I just love it. And I mean, all of our heroes, dude, created on mushrooms. That's another thing that I love.
That's a
I'm
whole
thinking
nother.
about being a guide.
It's a whole nother. I've only done mushrooms once. You'd appreciate it. I was with Ryan Nelson.
I love Ryan Nelson.
I was with. We're making a push to make Ryan Nelson the mayor of Nashville. We're calling it like our campaign. We call him He's Ryan. I've spent a lot of time with Ryan, and he is. When you look up Florida Man in the dictionary, it's a picture of Ryan Nelson barefoot with his shirt unbuttoned, with a Marlboro Light in this hand and a Bush Light in this hand, or a joint in this hand, and he's just Ryan Nelson's a whole damn vibe.
He is a vibe.
But
yes,
I did mushrooms
what a
with
great
him.
Voice.
Did mushrooms? Yeah, he is one of the fact that Ryan Nelson isn't done the publishing deal thing. Like as you talk about like songwriters and just dudes that and like folks that just kill it. Like Ryan's the shit and been. We love Ryan Nelson, but I was on an island with Ryan Nelson. It was in Percy Priest Lake. There's those little islands right there. So yeah, luckily I wasn't drinking, but it was me, Ryan, Mark Oriot, Eli Locke. I don't know if you know any of those guys. We call them our Raised Rowdy D-Gens. They're like our boys that are like have personalities but write songs in the music thing too. So somebody had a bag of magical mushrooms, and I'd never done them before. It was the 4th of July. Our buddy Alex Maxwell just cut his hand open on a tree.
Oh no!
Somebody stuck a knife in a tree, like real redneck shit, and put a knife in a tree. And Maxwell, we were playing cornhole. And Maxwell put his little hand up there on the tree and stuck it right where the knife was, and boom. But anyway, I took the mushrooms with Ryan. And I watched the sunset on Percy Priest Lake, and I was like, "This is great." So I haven't taken them since.
Do you like see colors, or
it was just watching the sunset and the fireworks, and it was just very. I had a big cap big cap and a big stem, and it was awesome. I haven't taken them since. I have friends that take mushrooms before they play rounds. I have friends that do mushrooms before they go to Losers and Red Door.
Yes,
like that to me is a lot. Like if you're on, like I feel like the whole room would have to be on it for me to want to be on it if I was out like that, you know. I couldn't do mushrooms and go out. I could smoke pot and go out.
Well, I don't do mushrooms with mixed company. Like it's in a controlled environment always, and it's with people that have good energy. I try to bring good energy and keep good energy. But when I'm doing any kind of mind altering substance, you always want to make sure that there's because when people say that they try weed or try shrooms and they don't have a good time, I think it's because they weren't in a controlled environment, and you're gonna have a blast if you just have the mental discipline to remain in a good spot and to be around good people and to listen to good ass music. You're going to have a great time, because I'll sit on my sofa with buddies and we'll travel to 1975 and have a ball.
Go back to the Stone Age.
Yeah, my God, that's what it's about though.
Yep.
And you can micro or whatever. I haven't tripped in. It's been about a year, so I'm due for a good trip. Holler.
Okay.
Anyhow, but I don't know. I'm starting a Patreon, and I'm thinking I don't know how legal it would be. My publicist is cringing in her seat right now. But I'm wondering if I'm going to do a little series called High with Hannah.
Oh,
where I'm going to cook high, and it's just going to be kind of unfiltered, and which people will buy access to that, obviously. And I don't know, make hot dog spaghetti or something randomly when you're stoned. I don't know. But other than that, I think a shroom thing would be kind of a fun little episode.
It would be. That could be really cool. What's your favorite go-to munchie snack? Like, what are you like? You're stoned. It's late on a Tuesday night or Monday night. What are we doing?
Magic Spoon, White Castle. Don't Tell Wilson. I've really been trying to be so good.
Well, you've been good. Well, that's what I'm saying. No, like
I'm a
effects
savory
on the
girl. Like yes, I love a hot dog.
I do
love
too.
a hot dog
I do too.
with like onions and like a chili dog. I like a good hot dog. Or get my good munchy food. I got
Oh, very well.
blessings. The first time he came over to my house for dinner, naturally everyone that comes over always leaves with a wobble in their walk. They get really stoned. Anyway, and so he calls me from the cookout drive-through.
Yes.
Anyway, and so now it's kind of a thing. If anytime he's in cookout, just let me know about it. But he's really been on a weight loss journey too.
Yeah, he's been doing great.
Yes, but I had a cookout last week. It was so good. But
Cookout's
a
great.
cookout milkshake is a peanut butter banana milkshake.
Yeah, see, I get the
is a
Heath,
munchie.
I get the Heath Bar one. I'm one of them weird toffee guys. I
Yum.
love,
No,
I
Heath
love
Bar's
Heath.
great.
I love Heath Bar. I'm like, all my friends used to give me shit over that in college. They're like, "Why are you eating that Heath Bar?" So I'm like, they're like, "You're eating like a grandpa." I'm like, well, it's the reason it's been around this long. The shit's good. We love some toffee.
Oh, tell Wilson I make it last for like a week or two. Like I just eat a little bit at the time and I put it back in the freezer. I'm trying to be good with it.
Trying to be good. That's good. Yeah, because we don't have some of the fast food chains y'all got down here. We don't have those back home in New York. So like when I first
What's your
discovered,
go-to?
well, our back home it's like McDonald's and Burger King and like KFC. We don't have a lot of shit. We didn't have Chick-fil-A growing up, but we didn't. So when I moved down here, my mind just went like, well, I'm like, what is Zaxby's? What is Bojangles? What is
Country
Cookout?
stuff.
Like. And the fact that I can go after Whiskey Jam or after one of our events or after a night out, and it could be 2:30 in the morning, and I can go in the Cookout and I can get a cheeseburger, a double with bacon and barbecue sauce and all this shit on it, and I can get 2 corn dogs or 2 quesadillas and a shake for like $6.
Yes.
Like, are you kidding me?
And a Bible verse on the cup. There's always a different Bible verse.
There's a
Did you know
Bible
that?
verse on the cup?
Yes. Isn't that great?
I didn't know that.
I love more. I took cornbread related to his first White Castle experience. He loved that.
Oh,
that was
White
fun.
Castle.
White
We had
Castle.
that.
Are you White Castle or Crystals?
I've never had Crystals. I've only had White Castle because, again, I mean, they filmed Harold and Kumar go to White Castle in New Jersey. So as I went to college up there, I spent a lot of time living there. So we would get White Castle once a year growing up. It was when I was in high school. We were playing high school football. It was after one of our summer camps that we would do for football, and we'd get the shit kicked out of us for a few days. And then we'd each get a Crave case. So like the 30 burgers,
dang.
and I'd eat one of those and a sack of fries and like the big, like the gallon, like the big ass.
You would eat 30 White Castle burgers.
I ate like 20 something because once they get too cold, that pickle just fucks with you.
Call the cardiologist,
Oh,
man.
that's-
With cheese, without.
Oh, with cheese. With cheese.
Ram it. How do you do that?
Well, that was after being away in the woods at a football camp for 4 or 5 days. You know, it was me and my buddy Matt Cummings. We were young doing. We were like 14 doing it, so we didn't have a driver's. One of our moms would take us, and then the next day we'd just be miserable. She'd be like, "We told you not to eat that shit," you know. So I got to try Crystal though. I've heard Crystal is just a southern. Some may call it a delicacy. Some may call it something else. I don't know. I've been told that I need to try it once in my life.
Crystals
though.
are great. I like the fries at White Castle better, but I think the burgers.
The
at
crinkle
Crystal-
cut fries at White Castle.
really
There's
good.
something about them. What are some of your other favorite Nashville like food spots? And I know you're being good and like you're doing like 'cause I'm trying to be good too. But I wolfed down. We have like the leftover bus stock in here. I wolfed down like four of those little mini bags of chips today. I had a little
Did
cheat
you?
meal today.
I love it.
Like the
I
little
live on bus
Cheetos,
stop.
yeah,
I
like
get
the
it.
little Cheetos and like that kind of shit. But like, what are like your favorite spots? Like,
I'm old school. I mean, like I'm an 85-year-old woman basically, and so Sperry's in Belle Mead's one of my favorite spots. There's salad bar, their bean salad. I love the salad bar. I love the vibe there. It's just like an old steakhouse. It reminds me of the place that my parents used to take me and my sister when we'd have a good report card, so we get to go get prime rib
ooh, okay.
and all. And well, I mean, I'm more of a steak person. Like, it was like, you want to go get a Blizzard? It's like, no, I want to go get a steak.
Yeah. So where's like your favorite spot to get a steak? We're celebrating.
Sperry's. It's called Sperry's.
So
Yeah,
Sperry's is like
great.
the steakhouse.
Yes,
Okay.
but the waiters is Jack Ruby. Or is it Jeff Ruby? Jack Ruby? I can't remember.
Jeff Ruby.
Well, I've always been
Yeah.
a little altered when I've been there. Anyhow, but they're really handsome. So Jeff Ruby's really great too. If I'm not buying Jeff Ruby.
Yeah. I like I've been to E3 and I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
Then Erin's been talking a lot about that Hall's Chop House, but she's a Charleston girl and they're based out of Charleston. So that makes
I've
sense.
not been. I mean, Sean Brock's here in town. Nashville's a huge food town, obviously, and
Yeah.
so done the Husk thing, whatever. And I tried his new place, and it was really, really overpriced. I wasn't paying for it, but it was literally like $4 or $5 grand for like 4 of us to eat, and it was,
Whoa.
and it was there. The service was terrible, and it was not worth it. I won't call the name of the restaurant, but anyhow, I just, as much as I've been cooking on TikTok and stuff, not as much anymore with the release of this music, but I just. I haven't really gone out. There's so many new places I want to try.
You ever been to Chef's Market up in Goodlettsville?
Is it great?
It
No.
is. Erin introduced me to that. So Erin has more. She's more of a local than Nashville than I am. She's been in town for 10 years. I've been here 5. So and she moved here, wasn't doing the music thing. Lived in Goodlettsville and up in White House, like north of town, out in the country.
Yes.
I've only lived like for me. I've had to come in the city almost every day for work, kind of thing. And she never really had to do that as much. So Chef's Market, it's in Goodlettsville, and it is fire. It's like. you could order off the menu, or you could do like they have like the hot bar kind of thing. So it's like meat and three style.
Oh, yum, yeah.
And I went in there and I had that old, I asked there was the older lady behind the counter was like, baby, what can I get for you?
I love
and I
it.
was like, all right, I'm feeling good. And I had like the mac and cheese, the sweet potato casserole,
Yeah.
the big thing of pot roasts. Like it was like that good, well cooked pot roast,
Mm-hmm.
little key lime pie at the end, and then that homemade sweet tea that just you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
you feel the diabetes going into you when you drink the sweet
I try
tea.
to cook for my co-writers when they come over too, and so I usually will have tea and I'll like fix for them. And so I don't know, because I like to cook and I cook soul food. I just don't go to a lot of meat and threes. Arnold's is always good though if you're looking for a wood place
Yeah.
in Nashville. But anyway, I can tell you where to go for some good entertainment.
Where's that?
Come to the Tall Boy tour and come see Hannah
Yes.
Dasher.
Oh yeah. There
It's
you
gonna be
go. Look
great.
at you. You've got her all lined up and trained and good to go. Where are the first dates? I saw you guys were going to Texas. So are those the first batch? Is that the first batch of dates?
Out in Texas, then in Tulsa.
Okay.
And I've never been to Oklahoma, so I'm so excited.
Oh,
Well, I've
hey,
never been to
sneaky
Spain.
thing people don't know about Oklahoma.
What?
Some of the best weed that I've ever had has come out of the state of Oklahoma.
Share.
They grow. I mean, they like Ragweed sings about. Everybody, they've been smoking weed out there for a very long time. This
Folks
is
from
where we have a
Oklahoma
thing
roll
we
the
call
joints out.
we
Yes.
call them the. We have a guy. I'm gonna have to get. Trey has his number, right? Is it Darren? Yeah, he's going out there soon.
Totally, I need to
there's
hook up in every
There's a
town.
place. There's a guy named. So it's in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Okay.
Tumbleweed is the venue out there, which it's where Garth Brooks got his start. So Garth was a bouncer there and then became the house band, and
Love
that
it.
was back in the '80s and stuff. But there's a regular there named Darren, and I think it's Darren or Daryl. It'd be more fitting if it was Daryl. It's there. So he grows. He's a grower, and what he does is he grows because you can grow medicinally and you can buy medicinally, but you can't do like rec stuff. And he's a big fan of music and all that stuff. So he would come out to the shows, and he made weed for like folks that are like terminally ill, like cancer patients and stuff.
That's the good stuff.
It's the heavy stuff. So he brought these gummy bears over, and we all call them suicide bears because they fucking destroy it. They're 90 milligrams full spectrum RSO. They're about yay big. They're little
So
tiny
you sleep
bears.
for 36 hours, basically.
I've seen people eat a handful of them and be fine. I ate one of them, went to a Predators game, and thought I was dying. I was up in God's country, up in the level 300s, and McElwain was there that night, I think, and it was But they also have really good their dispensaries. So if you're doing a show in Tulsa, you know where the show is it Canes or one of the venues?
Where are we playing?
You know wherever the venue.
It's,
Mercury Lounge. Okay,
Yeah.
great venue. Yeah,
Chris
Mercury
Knight
Lounge.
just played there. James at Mercury, wherever that kind
yeah,
of outlaw place.
Mercury Lounge is great, and so I'm sure a lot of times, like when we went to Oklahoma City, as soon as we were loading in, the house crew was like, "Hey, anybody here smoke?" And a couple of us raised our hands. They passed their phone around, and was like, "Hey, I've got my medical card. I'll go get it for you. Whatever you want, just give me the money." So we did that, and that weed is some of my favorite in the country.
Noted.
Oklahoma,
Noted.
great edibles. The flower, their pre-rolls tend to be a little bit bigger than the average pre-roll. I like Oklahoma weed a lot. So
Well, one
I'm
of my
very
favorite
happy you're
people
going
in
there.
town to smoke with is from Oklahoma, so I guess there may be a connection there.
Yeah, the cowboy shit,
Oh,
that smoke what comes out of the ground. Who's your favorite person in country music to smoke weed with? Because there's a lot of us that are in this country music world that smoke pot.
Oh golly, I guess just whoever's really really good hang. I mean, I obviously smoked with the Cadillac 3 guys. I've gotten high with. I don't want to incriminate anybody.
No,
They
well,
don't-
not
they're
incredible.
canceling me to
Well,
talk about it.
any of the legend or anybody like if you
If
like
I
if you,
could smoke with somebody,
yeah, if you could, who's your dream
my
smoke sesh?
God.
What's your dream smoke circle? So it'd be like
I think Tanya Tucker would be a ball to get high with. Honestly,
Yeah?
I think she'd be great because she's she rides that line that Saturday night and Sunday morning
Yep.
line like I do. I think Dwight Yoakam
ooh.
could be a lot of fun. He's just such a legend. But I want him to do impersonations all night from Sling Blade.
Yep.
And then Linda, and then Kurt Ozan.
Oh.
One of your own, right, is a lot of fun to get stoned with. I gave
Yes.
him a gummy. He came out with me on the road a few
Yeah.
weeks ago, and I gave him. It's called a knockout, and I forgot that. Yeah, and, I mean, we only took it's like this big, but it's like 40 milligrams. It might have been 100 though. Anyhow, but it lasted about 26 hours.
Oh,
in our
wow.
system. So I'll just say, but he's such a good hang. He's such a good vibe.
He is
Just
great.
people that's the thing about in the music industry is just you've got that common bond of we were those nerdy kids that grew up, like Bethard and Eric wrote about Mr. Misunderstood.
Yep.
And it's like these kids grow up in the middle of Nashville. And so it's really, really great to connect with people on that kind of a level and to dive into deep catalog music and to find, just those common bonds with people and to travel back in time if you're on altered substances. And so I don't know. I'm fun to get high with. I think whoever's in the room is going to have a good time. I think we'll have a great time.
I was going to say, we've definitely gotten high together over the years.
God.
We have.
But not enough.
Not enough. No, there's never enough. Yeah, we can definitely do it. And I told you, we've got at Raise Rowdy headquarters, we've got a good stock from the Great White North of Michigan. So
I love Nikki T, and I love all things cannabis. So please keep me in mind.
We can definitely do that. So when does the tour start?
This weekend. I guess. It started already. Yes. I guess we kind of started. Whatever my last Opry date was in June, we kind of made that the start. But yes, or in July. So yeah, we've been going for the month of July and done the Carolinas and just did a sold out show at Atlanta, and now we're going to come back and do Athens and then down in Savannah. But yeah, I'm eager to get out west and got New Mexico. Never been to New Mexico. Never played in Oklahoma. So Wyoming. Never played in Wyoming. Never played in Montana. So we got a sold out show in Montana. I'm just excited to try to get these places. I'm going to be in LA. I'm most excited about that. So we're going to announce, I guess, my October dates today. I think tonight we announced those.
Awesome.
So. Yes, honey,
so
and
cool.
come to Joshua Tree, Pappy and Harrods. I know that I'll be there. We're playing there too. I wanted to do that.
Ooh,
well, Joshua Tree, you got to do it.
That's special. Yeah, I feel like I've got. We're gonna have to. We've started doing segments over the past like few months where we call it Rowdy on the Road.
Oh,
and
you gotta do
Nikki
it.
and I will drive out or venture out, and we'll get content with the artist on the road, and then kind of do like some crowd work, and then like be posting on socials and like help promote and stuff. We'll make a trip out and we'll do a Rowdy on the Road.
That would probably be a really fun one. Actually,
what's more and what full circle? How full circle would that be from
great.
all the years where Nikki was driving around watching you open for Cadillac 3, watching all 3 shows on a run, to now us watching you do the damn thing.
Well, you're partying with us. That'd be so much fun.
We would party with you. We'd have a good time.
Of course, I'll make a pound cake if I'm able to.
All right, it's definitely happening now. There's a pound cake coming. So your socials, everything's at Hannah Dasher?
Yes, at Hannah Dasher on Instagram and Facebook, I believe. And then the TikTok is at Hannah Damn Dasher. That's my middle name given to me by Nashville and Roy Gunther. And but yeah, YouTube, all those things. And Spotify, Hannah Dasher, HANNAHDASHER.
Hell yeah.
H to the damn to the D, honey.
H to the damn to the D.
Thank you for having me. I just love you guys.
Kimmy, thank you for coming and doing this. Like we love having you, and you're always been a big part of the Raise Rowdy family, and we can't wait to see.
Y'all were early champions of mine, and I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah, hey, always we're ride or die with H to the damn to the D.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Always here for you, girl.
All right. Well, yeah, come get stoned.
Oh, we definitely will. Y'all be sure to check out our girl, Hannah Damn Dasher, the Tall Boys Tour going on right now. Y'all get your tickets. Y'all be sure to follow along with the Saga with Old Cornbread on socials, and the second half of the album coming at some point soon. Y'all be sure to follow our girl, Hannah Damn Dasher. Be sure to check out our sponsors as well, our friends from Big Friendly Productions, of course, Whale Tail Media, Saxman Studios, and our boy, Mitch Wallace with The Digital Marketing Agency. For our girl, Hannah, from old sweet boy behind the camera, my name is Matt Burrill, and this has been Outside the Round.
I ain't never been the kind for staying one place for too long. I ain't never been the best at saying I love you to a girl